This is QuickTime Technology, and today I'll be showing you guys how to use iTunes, a full user guide, what to do, what not to do. Without further ado, let us start the video. Okay, so the first thing you have to do before even going into iTunes, we will go to Finder, go to Music, and in this folder is everything. And I highly recommend you to never ever touch any of these files, because if you start editing, deleting, replacing, you may lose all your music that is stored in this folder. So if I go to music, so all my music is stored on the computer and in this folder. Go back, so cancel this, go into iTunes. So all of a sudden we are presented with a nice clean graphical user interface. If I take this to full screen, here are all the albums, the artwork. So when I click on album, that's what I get. I can go to the top and go to view and hide the sidebar. So now when I click on an album, the music comes at me. Close this, make this smaller, increase it from here, increase this. So now we are technically not in full screen, but we are using a full screen mode. So now we can go to show status bar. So now that tells us that we have 13 albums, 14 hours and 46 minutes and 1.74 gigabytes of data in iTunes. And so we have a tab here that can send us to music, films, TV programs, or we can edit the menu, put in podcasts, iTunes U, apps, audiobooks, tones, internet radio, done. So now when we click it, we have all these options: podcast, iTunes U, apps, audiobooks, tones. Go back to music for a second. We can also go to artists, recently added, songs. This is another version of the sidebar. So if I go back to view, show, sidebar, and then now we don't have that option anymore because it's on the side. So if you go back to albums, I think without the sidebar is ideal because it gives you a better user experience. You don't have to keep clicking and scrolling through the whole album just to see the song you want to play. For the moment, we will go back to show sidebar, and now we will make a playlist. So if I go to right click, new playlist, call this playlist iPod playlist, and then we can right click this again. We have the ability to play, shuffle, open in a new window, edit the playlist, duplicate or delete the playlist. So we will edit the playlist for the moment, and we can just directly start pulling out songs from albums, drag and drop. So I am clicking on this second album, dragging this, click on the third album, drag this, Dreams, drag this, You and I, go to done. So now I see my playlist. I can also Command J, that will view as songs, and then we can start editing, show the artwork, bigger in size. At the moment we won't see the artwork because it's only one song. However, if I go back to music, albums, pull a whole album into the iPod, then we see the artwork. We can go to songs, and now we can start editing from here. Double click this, double click this. You see what happens when you double click this? It's just like Excel. Double click this again, or we can touch this. It sorts everything from alphabetical order. Click this, sorts everything from time order, the shortest to the longest. So we click this again, we get all the songs that are longer than 7 minutes on top, alphabetical order. And we can right click this and start adding album artist, track number, the year that it was made, and we can just move this around, move it here, there. We can see what's in our recently added. Then we can see the artists. We can also follow these artists, search more by Dr. Dre, and then it sends us to the store. And then we have the ability to buy all the albums. Now if we go back to the library, go back to the music, albums, go back to For You. What is For You? For You is a chance to get 3 months of free music, so I won't do that now. This allows you to listen to your music offline for the first 3 months, and then after a while you have to start paying. So that's an option for you. If we go to browse, what do we get? Music, playlists, TV, films, top charts, genres. So all your music is stored here. When you sign up for Apple Music, we can also listen to the radio if you want to. Scroll through all of these radio stations, and then we can go to the store, go back to the music. We can make a search if you want to. I would just go to the first one that they've given for us, and then all the songs appear here. We can buy the albums, music videos, applications for iPhone, iPad, TV series, films, podcasts, books, all from the iTunes store. Go back and go back again, go back again, click here, go to the music, go to library. But we can actually remove things from the sidebar. We can actually edit the list too if you want to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, done. And then we have the options for composers, compilations, TV and films, music videos that you can purchase from the iTunes store. Go back to songs, go back to the album, and we can also add more music from your computer to the library. We also have the ability to view as a list, but I will stick to view as grid for the time being. What's up next? That's what we are currently playing. We have the ability to look at the history, what we listen to, if the lyrics are on. Okay, close out of this. That was my how-to tutorial on how to use iTunes. A user guide gives the user a better understanding before they actually were to go to iTunes and then physically start using the software. So that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for now.